You ever wonder what it really takes to run a five-star hotel? I mean, we see the gorgeous rooms, the perfect service, the glowing reviews, but behind all that luxury, there's a complex machine running on strategy, finance, and, believe it or not, core values. So today, that's what we're going to do. We're pulling back the curtain on PD Eastparc Hotel by diving straight into their annual report to see what story it tells.
So here's our game plan. We're going to start with what this company is at its core. Then we'll get into their post-pandemic playbook, how they turn things around. After that, we'll run a full financial health check, explore how they balance profit with people and the planet, and finally take a look at what's on the road ahead for them.
All right, first things first. Let's look past the five-star rating and the fancy amenities. What is Eastparc Hotel as an actual business?
Okay, so at its heart, it's this one single, really powerful asset, a 192-room, five-star hotel in Yogyakarta. It's known for being super family-friendly, but it's also a huge player in the MICE market. And if you're not familiar, that's just business speak for meetings, incentives, conventions, and exhibitions. So yeah, it's a major hub for both family vacations and big corporate events.
But that's just the surface, right? That's what the guests see. What's the engine that powers the whole experience? What's the real story that the numbers tell about their journey, especially from just surviving a global crisis to now, well, absolutely thriving? So let's get right into that journey with their post-pandemic playbook. This part of the story, for me, is just incredible. It's all about adaptation. Now, what's so fascinating about this is the strategic pivot it shows. I mean, look at this. Back in 2021, it was all about survival mode. They were grappling with lockdowns, rolling out creative deals like pay now, stay later, just to keep some cash flowing. Now, you fast forward to 2023, and the whole mindset is different. It's about proactive growth. They're using dynamic pricing to squeeze every dollar out of high demand. They're doubling down on cost efficiency, and they're pushing hard for direct bookings to fatten up their profit margins. It's a total shift from defense to offense.
Okay, so that all sounds good, but did the new playbook actually work? Well, let's check the numbers, because this is where that story of recovery really, truly comes to life. The first big number that jumps out is their top-line revenue for 2023, over 106 billion rupiah. Now, that figure alone tells you that after years of uncertainty, people are back. The demand for tourism and business travel is just roaring back.
But you know, big revenue doesn't always mean big profit. And this is where their new strategy really shines. Out of that massive revenue, they managed to bank a remarkable 38.4 billion rupiah in pure profit. That shows their laser focus on efficiency really, really paid off.
And this chart just illustrates the comeback perfectly. Just look at that trajectory. From 12.1 billion in profit during the really tough times of 2021, they more than doubled it in 2022, and then kept climbing to 38.4 billion in 2023. You know, this isn't just recovery, this is accelerating growth. It's pretty incredible. And here's another huge sign of strength. In 2023, their total assets jumped by over 76%. So why the huge leap? Well, they re-evaluated the value of their property, their land and buildings. Now, this isn't just some boring accounting move. It's a massive statement of confidence. It means their core asset, the hotel itself, is now officially worth way more. And that reflects a really strong belief in its future.
Okay, so the finances are looking rock solid. But a truly healthy company is more than just a healthy balance sheet, right? So let's take a look at the values that are actually driving Eastparc's operations.
In their reports, they talk a lot about one core value: integrity. They say it's the foundation for everything, how they deal with guests, employees, everyone. But, you know, talk can be cheap. So how does that big idea actually translate into action?
Well, this slide right here shows that integrity in practice. They're not just talking about sustainability, they're actively building it into how they operate. They've gotten rid of single-use plastic water bottles, they've switched to reusable stuff like soap dispensers, and they're actively managing their water with special wells and conservation tech. These are real, tangible steps that show a commitment that goes way beyond the bottom line. And frankly, these are the kinds of actions that really resonate with modern travelers.
All right, let's look to the future. Every business has tailwinds pushing them forward and headwinds holding them back. So what does that look like for Eastparc?
It's a classic balancing act, isn't it? On one side, you've got these huge opportunities. Indonesia's economy is predicted to grow strong. New infrastructure like airports and toll roads are going to bring in more tourists, and that corporate event market is looking really solid. But on the other side, there are some serious challenges. Inflation and rising interest rates are squeezing their costs. And get this, there's a potential government plan to cut its own business travel by up to 50%, which could be a major blow to their MICE business. Their success is really going to depend on how well they navigate this tension.
So, what's the big takeaway after deconstructing Eastparc Hotel? Well, for me, it comes down to three things. First, resilience. They just masterfully shifted gears from survival to growth. Second, performance. The numbers don't lie. Their financial recovery is the real deal. And third, purpose. They're proving that you can be profitable and sustainable, that those two things can and probably should go hand in hand.
And that leaves us with one last big thought. As we've seen with Eastparc, integrating sustainability isn't just some marketing gimmick anymore. It's becoming central to how they operate, to their brand, and to their long-term value. So the real question is, not just for Eastparc, but for the entire hospitality industry, has sustainability stopped being an option and become the essential ingredient for survival and success in the 21st century?